What's up guys, Sam Wild here from Guitar Legend. We're looking at Memories today by Maroon 5. Alright, so first things first, get your capo on fret 2. Otherwise there's a lot of bar chords if you don't have the capo on. Alright, it is possible. Now let me just explain what the chords are. I'll break them down in a second, but we have A, E major, F sharp minor, A with C sharp in the bass, and D major, A major, D major, E major. Okay, in relation to the capo, that is. All right, so that goes round and round and round. All right, so let's look at this first chord. We have A major. Okay, some of you might prefer to use fingers 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to use 2, 3, and 4 for this song. Now, what you want to do is you want to have a plectrum ideally. You can finger pick this. Okay, it still sounds good, but I feel like with a plectrum, it's just a little bit more volume and bite. All right, so we're gonna pick the root, which is the A string, D string, everything. All right, particularly those high notes. Yeah, just like that. And then we push into that E chord, so A, E. So look at the tab, hopefully the tab helps as well. Yeah, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Now we're gonna have to hit that E string next, the low E string, right? So boom, boom, bap. Just practice that for now. Don't worry about changing chord yet. Just do A, E string, A, E string, A, E string. Alright, so pause the video, work on that. Okay, now the trick is as soon as you hit the E string, you want to be changing chord to E major shape. So again, look at the diagram if you don't know this one. Alright, so I did the same thing. I hit the low E string this time, then the A string, next string down, then everything. So for this E major chord, one more time, look at the tab, you can see open E, A string, everything, yeah? So just work on these two chords for now, pause the video and play this. If you're looking for the next big challenge, then sign up to my premium membership website. You'll gain access to my backing tracks and all of my lessons. I teach you improvisation, soloing, advanced chords, theory, and techniques. All right, enjoy the rest of your lesson, guys. All right, the next chord, a little tricky because it's a bar chord. Okay, but you don't have to play it as a bar chord. So at the minute, I'm barring all of that second fret from the capo. You can use your thumb if you'd rather. A little tip to make this easier if you do want to bar it is to use the middle finger on top of the first finger. So you almost like you've got a pinch and you can help really push that in, right? And again, we're doing E string, A string, everything. Then when we go to A with C sharp in the bass, we're gonna leave most of this here, right? So the third finger stays there. Okay, and we're going to play from the A string, from that third finger. Okay, then the D string, and then everything from the A string down. So we have this new shape. Again, look at the diagram. Personally, I have the third finger here, so it stays there. Okay, and then once I've picked that A string for this A chord / C sharp, I then move these fingers into position, okay, for the kind of the A major shape is there, but the third finger gives us that C sharp in the bass. Okay, so this is probably the trickiest part of the whole progression. It's F sharp minor to this A with C sharp in the bass. So really pause the video and spend some time on this. Okay, because this is difficult if you're not used to these chords. Try and figure out the easiest way for you to play the F sharp chord, all right? Don't worry if you don't get every single note playing, as long as you get most of them, that's fine. So that's the first half done. All right, next half we have D, A, D, E. Okay, now my tip for you with this little part, as soon as you play the whole of D major, okay, you're gonna hit the A string obviously for the A major chord, but you don't have to change chord until you hit that bass note for the A chord. Right, then you can change. So watch. Change. A change. A change. Okay, now by this point you might be realizing that every time we do the full chord, I actually keep it quite short, and I do that by putting my picking hand against the strings. Watch. You see that I cut off the vibrations by putting my hand against the strings. So boom, doom, black touch. And again, boom, doom, black touch. Boom, doom, that. Okay, so immediately after, the hand comes down. So it's like you're picking, or you're strumming, and then the hand twists in like that. Okay, so the kind of where the pinky is, that twists into the strings. And that just keeps it short. You don't have to do this, but it does sound more authentic. All right, so it is the same sort of pattern. All right, we're gonna, for D major, we'll pick the root, which is the D string, then the G string, then everything. Okay, then to A, which we already know, D again, E. Okay, so work on this last part on its own. D, A, D, E, D, A, D, E. Okay, some of you that are a little newer to this, you're gonna have to do this really, really slowly, okay? And just bit by bit, you'll get better at it. So you may have to do it this slowly. Okay, really take your time with this. You might even need to go slower than that. That is fine. All right, don't feel stupid or silly or whatever, okay? That's just what you have to do when you're learning guitar. Just go super slow. Eventually, you can start to speed it up, all right? So, how are you gonna practice this effectively? My advice, do the first two chords together, then practice the next two chords, then practice the next two, and then the next two, all right? So just in little sections. The ones you find the hardest, spend longer on, all right? Eventually, you'll be able to do the whole thing together, all right? Now, once you can play the whole thing together without stopping, some of you might want to try and sing and play. Okay, this is quite hard, so you just get the lyrics up on another tab or whatever, okay? The best way to try and sing and play something like this is to just do one word at a time. So realize the word here is on that first note. Here's to the ones that we, here's to the ones. Okay, so just realize where the word is. Here's to the ones that we got. Okay, now figure out the next part. Here's to the ones that we got. And keep doing it. Here's to the ones that we got. Here's to the ones that we got. Okay, so right there I've just figured out the first line just by breaking it down. Here's to the ones that we got. Cheers to the wish you were here, 'cause you're not. Okay, it's just figured out which word lands on each one. So this takes some time. Some of you might just be able to sing and do this straight away because it's not too crazy, all right? But if you really struggle, just do one word at a time, one line at a time, and eventually you'll be able to sing the whole song and play this too, all right? So I hope that was a helpful tip. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure that you like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified when new videos, and I'll see you in the next one.